Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 26th of February 2024 and the global cryptocurrency market, guys, is on the verge of touching the $2 trillion mark. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the market reacts over the next coming days. That would very strongly give us an indication on which direction the global cryptocurrency market is moving, isn't it? Now, so far as Bitcoin is concerned, guys, unfortunately the market cap has gone down, but the market cap of Ethereum has actually pumped up. And the answer is pretty simple, guys. The total value locked is heading towards the moon, and as of today, 26th of February, the total value locked across all DeFi protocols is at a staggering $83.37 billion. Now look guys, the answer is pretty simple. The only reason why people want to be validators, that is because of anticipation of spot Ethereum approval. That is the only reason why. So we'll very briefly touch base on that. Now there was a massive update, guys, that did actually take place in Uniswap last weekend, and because of that, the tokens for Uniswap did actually jump by 60%. That is absolutely massive, isn't it? But here's the interesting bit, guys. If you look at the 24-hour trading volume, not much has happened in the world of Uniswap. So we'll definitely have a look at that. But unfortunately, guys, we do have some negative news. And that is to do with the number 5th smart contracting platform called Avalanche. And Avalanche did actually suffer an outage. And they definitely stopped producing blocks for roughly around 4 to 5 hours. Definitely not ideal, isn't it? And guys, we have some update regarding Reddit, and looks like they're going ahead with the IPO plans, and they did actually go ahead and submit the application to the US Security and Exchange Commission, and they actually unveiled the massive crypto holdings, so we'll definitely touch base on that. And finally, guys, towards the end of the episode, we have some news regarding President Donald Trump and his crypto portfolio, and looks like President Donald Trump is definitely addicted to winning, so I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this. And look guys, I've said this thing so many times in my Crypto and Coffee at 8 podcast. When you talk about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, open source, freedom of speech and innovation, right-wing ideologies and right-wing politicians are definitely very much into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Left-leaning ideologies and left-leaning politicians definitely not so much. They are focusing on cancel culture, they are focusing on restricting innovation, and they definitely want to be woke, isn't it? So I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that news. And guys, like we do in every Crypto and Coffee at 8 podcast, I'm going to be discussing 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news, guys, has to do with receiving an approval from Dubai's VARA, that is Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority. And the news is that DKK partners, they have gotten green light for cryptocurrency licenses in Dubai. So I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that. And the second news, guys, has to do with artificial intelligence. And there is a conference which is scheduled to take place. So we'll definitely go and discuss how that particular news tackles the AI and legacy issues. And this, to be honest guys, is the 4th Dubai Association Center conference that is set to tackle AI and legacy issues. So we'll definitely go ahead and look at that. So quite a lot of cover, guys, in today's episode. So let's kick start with it right away. Welcome to the Crypto and Coffee at 8, the daily podcast that keeps you up to date on all latest developments in the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain and NFTs. Join us Monday to Friday as you kick off your day with a cup of coffee and a deep dive into the exciting and rapidly evolving world of digital assets. We'll cover the latest news and trends in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, as well as delve into the growing world of NFTs or non-fungible tokens and metaverse. Plus, we'll keep you updated on the latest developments from Dubai, UAE and the wider Middle East region. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just getting started, Crypto and Coffee at 8 has something for you. Our expert host will provide insight and analysis on the most important topics in the industry and help you stay up to date on the latest developments. We'll bring you interviews with leading figures in the crypto and blockchain space and explore the ways in which these technologies are changing the world around us, from the impact on traditional financial systems to the potential for revolutionizing industries and transforming societies. We'll cover it all on Crypto and Coffee at 8. So tune in and join us for a daily dose of Crypto and Coffee at 8, and let's stay ahead of the curve together. We'll start your day off right with the most important news and insights from the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse, and help you navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape. In Crypto and Coffee at 8, the daily podcast covers the latest developments in the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse. We'll also bring you updates on the latest news from Dubai, UAE and wider Middle East region. This also includes a range of topics such as developments in the local and blockchain industry, including new projects and initiatives, regulatory updates, and policies related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region. local and regional events, and conferences focused on crypto and blockchain, interviews with leading figures in Dubai, UAE and Middle East crypto and blockchain community, coverage of any significant news or events related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region. By covering these local and regional developments, in addition to the wider world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, Crypto and Coffee at 8 aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the industry and its impact on the Dubai, UAE and Middle East region. Now before we kickstart today's episode, I have an important message, so check this out. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE, so definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing. Go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now as of now guys, the global cryptocurrency market is a little shy of the $2 trillion mark. It is at $1.99 trillion, and it's going to be really interesting to see how the market plays out in the next coming days and probably in the next coming weeks. But so far as the global cryptocurrency market is concerned, I wouldn't be surprised by Thursday the global cryptocurrency market does actually cross the $2 trillion mark. Unfortunately guys, if you look at the market cap of Bitcoin, there is not much movement so far as the market cap of Bitcoin is concerned, but Ethereum's market cap is definitely pumping towards the moon. So I'll definitely touch base on that when we look at the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. But before that guys, let's run through some metrics from the cryptocurrency world. Now the total cryptocurrency market volume since the last 24 hours is at $51.75 billion, and since the last 24 hours, it is up by 2.86%. Now mind you guys, you need to remember that I'm recording this podcast in the early hours of Dubai or Middle East, and technically it is still Monday, but it is still Sunday in most of the Western countries. Now keeping that thing in mind, the numbers are definitely looking good to be honest, and one of the biggest metrics that we need to keep an eye on is that of the total value locked across DeFi protocols, because right now it is at $83.27 billion. But look guys, if you look at the total volume in DeFi, that number isn't that great. It is at $5.45 billion. So when you talk about DeFi guys, the only matrix that is pumping up to the moon, that is the total value locked, but rest all the matrix is exactly the same. And this goes back to the whole notion of human greed, isn't it? Everyone wants to be a validator for the Ethereum network, and the answer to that is pretty simple guys. On the 23rd of May of this year, we will definitely get confirmation if an Ethereum spot ETF is approved or not. Now based on my understanding guys, because a spot Bitcoin ETF was approved, I don't see a reason as to why an Ethereum spot ETF will not be approved. Those are my honest thoughts. But now let's quickly run through some numbers from the DeFi world, because the volume is only at $5.45 billion, and DeFi is accounting for 10.59% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. And so far as total value locked is concerned, Lido is definitely kicking some ass, and its total value locked is $30.69 billion. But decentralized to centralized exchange dominance guys, it is not looking that great. It is only at 14.81%. Now let me very quickly run through the volume of decentralized exchanges, and it's needless to say guys that Uniswap's volume is definitely picked up pace, and that is because they issued new tokens, because over the weekend guys they had airdrop for the Uni tokens, and because of that looks like the volume is definitely pumped up, and as of now it is at $1.11 billion. PancakeSwap's volume guys is at number 2nd, and its 24-hour volume is a little shy of $500 million mark. It is at $474.76 million. Orca is at number 3rd, and its volume is $193.16 million. Now so far as number 4th is concerned guys, there is a new decentralized exchange called as Tenor, and its volume is $192.30 million. So in tomorrow's episode, I'll try to break down what this decentralized exchange is. Now the number 5th so far as volume is concerned is Radium, and its volume is $190.81 million. Now guys, let's quickly run through the volume of stable coins, because it is at $44.16 billion. And stable coins guys as of today is accounting for 85.34% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now one weird metric guys which I'm noticing via LinkedIn, all of a sudden people are posting about the market cap of stable coins reaching to new all-time high. To be honest guys, this metric does not make any sense, because when you talk about market cap of stable coins, ideally we should be ignoring that metric and we should be looking at the 24-hour trading volume, because that is an important metric, because that directly and indirectly has an impact and gives us some indication on the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So I thought I'll just throw it out there. Now so far as the volume of stable coins is concerned, out of this $44.16 billion, Tether USDT is accounting for $36.04 billion, followed by Circle USDC at $3.44 billion, and finally True USD guys, its volume is exactly at $66 million. Now let's quickly run through the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. And look guys, I wouldn't be surprised if this number changes drastically on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and then we find out if the global cryptocurrency market has crossed the $2 trillion mark. And listen guys, Bitcoin's market cap is little over the $1 trillion mark. It is at $1.01 trillion. But if you were to compare this number with last week, the market cap of Bitcoin has slightly gone down. But if you look at Ethereum's market cap guys, it has actually increased over the weekend, and right now it is at $372 billion. Because if I'm not mistaken, guys, last Thursday when I looked at Ethereum's market cap, it was around the $340 billion. So it looks like a lot of activity is going on in the world of Ethereum, isn't it? Now, so far as the 24-hour trading volume is concerned, guys, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is only $14.5 billion. But listen to this, guys. Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is $13.8 billion. Now, prior to BlackRock getting into the Bitcoin spot ETF game, on an average given day, Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume used to be almost 1/3 of that of Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume. But what happened, guys, when BlackRock started to get into the spot Bitcoin ETF game, the 24-hour trading volume of Bitcoin increased. Along with that, the 24-hour trading volume of Ethereum increased as well. But towards the end of December, guys, we found out that BlackRock wants to go out and get into the spot Ethereum ETF game as well. And because of that, guys, the volume of Ethereum has gone well more than 50%. As a matter of fact, guys, on few days, it has also overtaken the 24-hour trading volume of Bitcoin. That just shows the power of BlackRock and financial institutions getting into the cryptocurrency world, isn't it? Me personally, guys, I'm not a fan of it, but a lot of Bitcoin maximalists strangely are definitely advocates of BlackRock getting into Bitcoin game, which does not make absolutely any sense at all. Because look, guys, the whole intention of Bitcoin was separation of money and the state, but looks like the role of the state is being replaced by financial institutions like BlackRock and even multi-billionaires like Michael Saylor and celebrities and influencers, isn't it? So ideally speaking, guys, if you truly understand what Bitcoin is, you should definitely not be a fan of spot Bitcoin ETF or Ethereum spot ETF as well. Now granted, guys, because of that, the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum is reaching a new all-time high, which just means your network in the existing portfolio increases, isn't it? So these are things you need to be at least aware about before just harping about the benefits of an Ethereum ETF or a spot Bitcoin ETF. Now, so far as the dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum is concerned, Bitcoin's dominance is 50.76%, Ethereum's dominance is 18.70%. Now in today's episode, guys, let me very quickly run through the top 5 governance tokens. And look, guys, in today's episode, we'll definitely be talking about some news regarding Uniswap's governance tokens. And because of the airdrop that happened over the weekend, the token of Uniswap has pumped up by well over 60%. And guys, listen, so far as Web 3.0 is concerned, getting a thorough understanding of tokenomics is so critical, isn't it? So let me just read out the market cap of the top 5 governance tokens. And Uniswap, guys, is number 1, and its market cap is $8.40 billion. Surprisingly, guys, ICP or Internet Computer Protocol is at number 2nd, and its market cap is $5.73 billion. Immutable X is number 3rd, and its market cap is $4.45 billion. Cosmos is at number 4th, and its market cap is $4.02 billion. And finally, Optimism, its market cap is $3.72 billion. But listen, guys, here's a question I have for you guys. When you talk about governance tokens, majority of the tokens are actually issued to founders, in certain cases CEOs and CTOs of decentralized or distributed platform, or so-called DAO, that is decentralized autonomous organization, isn't it? Doesn't that actually make it more centralized? Those are my honest thoughts, guys. Because look, when you talk about DAO or decentralized autonomous organization, we want the entire project to be distributed, isn't it? Unfortunately, if you look at the issuance of governance tokens, it does go into a relatively smaller pool, which is essentially another way of having the entire project or protocol more or less centralized. Those are my honest thoughts, to be honest. Now, guys, before we look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin, what I want to do is I want to give out some basic level information so far as total value locked is concerned for DeFi protocol. And listen, guys, what I'm doing is I'm using ChatGPT to tell me what it thinks of total value locked. So the prompt that I used in ChatGPT is, can you write about total value locked so far as DeFi is concerned? So let's see what ChatGPT comes up. Now, so far as total value locked is concerned, guys, what ChatGPT is saying that it is a crucial metric in the decentralized finance space, and it represents the total value of assets that are locked in smart contracts with a particular DeFi protocol or across multiple protocols. And total value locked, or TVL, is a key indication of the adoption and success of DeFi platforms. Now, to be honest, guys, this does make a lot of sense, but if you look at what is going on since the last 2 weeks, this does not make a lot of sense, because the only reason why people are getting into the total value locked is because of anticipation of Ethereum spot ETF, isn't it? But nonetheless, let's try to understand what total value locked is. And so far as the definition of TVL or total value locked is concerned, What ChatGPT is saying is that TVL, or total value locked, measures the amount of capital that users have committed to DeFi protocols through activities like lending, borrowing, providing liquidity, staking, and yield farming, and it reflects the confidence of users in the protocol and the ecosystem as a whole. And they further went ahead and explained that TVL serves as a barometer for the health and growth of DeFi market. Higher total value locked indicates increased usage and adoption of DeFi platforms, while declining total value locked might signal user withdrawals or a shift in market sentiment. Once again, guys, this does make a lot of sense. Unfortunately, what is going on in the cryptocurrency world need not necessarily represent this, because the only reason why people want to be validators is because of anticipation of a spot Ethereum ETF. And if you look at all the other metrics pertaining to total value locked, all of the metrics is exactly the same, and this goes back to the whole notion of human greed, isn't it? And unfortunately, it looks like hashing algorithm, cryptography, and mathematics, which Satoshi Nakamoto used to go and create Bitcoin, could not solve human greed, and that's where game theory kicks in as well, I guess. Now let's look at some of the factors influencing total value locked, and there are several factors, guys, that can impact total value locked in DeFi, including market conditions, yield opportunities, security and reliability, and platform features as well. And so far as market conditions is concerned, bullish trends often lead to increased total value locked, as users want to seek higher return on their assets, isn't it? And so far as yield opportunities is concerned, DeFi platforms offering attractive yields or incentives tend to attract more capital, thereby boosting the total value locked. And so far security and reliability is concerned, users are more likely to lock the assets in protocol with proven security and reliability, leading to higher total value locked. And if you look at the features of platform, guys, innovative features such as decentralized exchanges, automated market makers or AMMs, and governance mechanism can attract users and contribute to total value locked growth. And so far as measurement criteria is concerned, total value locked is typically measured in terms of total USD value of assets locked in a protocol. This can include cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, stablecoins like USDT, or even DAI, or other digital assets supported by the protocol. But look, guys, there are certain challenges for total value locked as well. And while total value locked provides valuable insights into the DeFi market, it's important to note some of its limitations, that is price volatility, imperfect data, and the risks associated as well. And so far as price volatility is concerned, guys, total value locked denominated in US dollars can fluctuate significantly due to the volatile nature of cryptocurrencies, thereby affecting the accuracy of the metric. And so far as data is concerned, calculating TVL, or total value locked, accurately can be challenging due to decentralized nature of DeFi platforms and the complexity of tracking assets across various protocols. And look, as I very specifically remember, in January of 2022, the total value locked pumped up to over $240 billion, but later on we found out that there were some notorious characters on the Solana blockchain who were doing double entry, in certain cases triple entry, and because of that, the total value locked for Solana blockchain in particular was being counted more than once, in certain cases even 3 times or 4 times as well. Now, so far as risk is concerned, what's really important to note, guys, that high TVL doesn't necessarily guarantee the safety or sustainability of a DeFi protocol, and users should consider factors like smart contract risk, protocol governance, and regulatory compliance. Now, so far as the future of total value locked is concerned, guys, as the DeFi ecosystem continues to evolve, total value locked is expected to play an increasingly important role in assessing the health and performance of DeFi platforms, and improvements in data analytics and transparency are likely to enhance the accuracy and reliability of TVL measurements over time. So overall, guys, total value locked does serve as a fundamental metric in DeFi space, providing valuable insights into the growth, adoption, and resilience of decentralized financial ecosystem. So what are your thoughts, guys? To be honest, I definitely agree to what ChatGPT is saying. Now, you also need to understand some of the limitations of ChatGPT. It does not take into consideration as to what is going on recently, isn't it? I believe ChatGPT takes information only till 2021, but definitely great information regarding total value locked by ChatGPT. Now, guys, let's look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And right now, guys, the price of Bitcoin is $51,487. And since the last 24 hours, it is actually down by 0.87%. And since the last 7 days, it is down by 1.01%. Ethereum, guys, has crossed the $3,000 mark once again. It is at $3,097. Since the last 24 hours, it is up by 2.31%. Since the last 7 days, it is up by 7.58%. Binance BNB coin, guys, is at $384. and since the last 24 hours it is up by 1.34%. Since the last 7 days it is up by 9.14%. Now regarding CZ guys, the founder of Binance, we would find out probably on Monday and Tuesday what the court ruling is, and will he be sentenced to jail or will he be given bail. Now if he is given bail, I'm pretty much sure he'll definitely be heading towards Dubai, isn't it? So I'll go ahead and try to update you guys what the outcome is, and mostly we'll hear something by Monday or Tuesday. Now look guys, so far as total value locked is concerned, it is definitely heading towards the moon. And right now guys, the total value locked is at a staggering $83.27 billion. Now listen guys, it's really important to note all the other metrics for DeFi are exactly the same. And the answer is pretty simple as to why the total value locked is increasing. That is because of spot Ethereum approval, isn't it? So what I'd really recommend you to do is, in case you want to stay a couple of steps ahead, there are two Twitter IDs I'd recommend you to follow. One is James Safard and the second one is Eric Balkanis, and both of them are working for Bloomberg, and they do tend to provide accurate and updated information from the ETF world. And the key date we need to be looking at guys is the 23rd of May 2024. Because that is the day we will find out if a spot Ethereum has been approved or if it is declined. Now guys, let's talk about Uniswap's token, that is Uni, and the governance token guys of Uniswap surged a staggering 60%, and this happened following a proposal for a major overhaul in decision-making process. And look guys, this upgrade does actually suggest that distributing protocol fees among Uni holders who do actually take a stake in delegated tokens, and they are aiming to strengthen and revitalize Uniswap's governance, isn't it? And because of that guys, looks like they're being benefited by airdrop. And this proposal guys also intends to reward Uni token holders who actively participate in staking and delegating activities. And to be honest guys, this definitely helps the overall governance effectiveness, isn't it? And because of that guys, the price of Uni tokens did actually shoot up by well over 60%. Now look guys, regarding Uniswap, there's definitely a lot of activity, but I did read a report regarding Uniswap roughly around 2 to 3 weeks ago that did actually question its decentralization nature, and a lot of the projects are actually being blocked, and there is a group of centralized entity that go and make the decision. Now I'm not trying to be a detractor of Uniswap, I'm just stating the facts. Now guys, let's discuss some unfortunate news, and that is regarding the 5th most used smart contracting platform called as Avalanche. And guys, what happened is on Friday, Avalanche experienced a significant outage lasting over 4 hours, and this happened due to a software bug. And the interruption guys actually happened because of excessive communication termed gossip, which is used among different validator nodes, and that did actually overload the network. But the developers guys were relatively fast to act on it, and the developers promptly released a software patch that actually disabled this problematic logic, and that actually allowed the network to resume block finalization 4 hours later. Now unfortunately guys, 4 hours is quite a lot of time, isn't it? Now look guys, if you have to look at this particular incident, it is something similar to Solana blockchain, isn't it? But Solana's outage was for a longer time, and historically Solana had 11 such outages. Now look guys, unfortunately news suggests this is definitely not ideal, not just for the Avalanche ecosystem, but for the overall blockchain cryptocurrency world, isn't it? But there's not much we can do about it as well. Similar such instances can happen with centralized entities as well. We know what happens when Facebook goes down or Instagram goes down, or even occasionally Twitter goes down as well, isn't it? Now so far as Avalanche is concerned, Avalanche did actually resume block finalization 4 hours later after the software bug was launched, but we are hoping that we do not see such outages, not just in Avalanche but in any other cryptocurrency and blockchain protocols. Now guys, let's discuss some news regarding Reddit. Now look guys, Reddit has been actively involved in NFTs and so-called Web 3.0 world as well, but looks like they're definitely heading towards IPO. And for the IPO guys, they had to go ahead and submit some information, and Reddit has actually disclosed in a filing with the US Security and Exchange Commission that it has added Bitcoin and Ethereum to its balance sheet as part of its preparation to go public. So definitely positive news and a really smart move, to be honest, because right now the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum is definitely heading towards the moon, isn't it? And so far as the filing is concerned, the filing has also revealed that Reddit has invested in Polygon to use as the form of payment for virtual goods. However guys, the filing did not disclose the specific amount of cryptocurrency investments made by Reddit. And guys, in the article which is published by Decrypt, it actually states that Reddit wants its developers and the team to go ahead and use cryptocurrencies instead of fiat. So definitely positive news, I guess. Now guys, let's discuss another positive news, and that is to do with the former US President Donald Trump and hopefully the next US President. That the news is that President Donald Trump's crypto holdings, including significant amount of Trump tokens gifted by developers, have surged in value, And Trump's digital wealth also includes Ethereum and baby Trump tokens. And listen to this, guys. They are totaling to an amount of $5.38 million. And his Trump token holdings are alone valued at $3 million, with the token's value soaring by 44,309% since its low in 2023. Now look, guys, all the fake allegations against President Donald Trump is only increasing his popularity, isn't it? And people are definitely understanding facts from fake news. And it's high time that we also go out and take the red pill so we truly understand what is going on, not just in US politics, but also when you talk about politics in UK, India and other countries. And guys, so far as this news is concerned, Trump's involvement in NFTs and crypto ventures definitely signals his growing interest in the digital asset space. However, guys, at this point of time, it remains uncertain whether he will sell his Trump tokens amid legal considerations surrounding the use of his name in cryptocurrency projects. Now listen, guys, so far as Bitcoin, cryptocurrency and blockchain technology is concerned, it's really important to note that right-wing ideologies, right-wing politicians are definitely in favor of Bitcoin, definitely in favor of cryptocurrency, blockchain. More importantly, right-wing ideologies are definitely in favor of open source, definitely in favor of freedom of speech, and they want lesser regulations. Left-leaning ideologies, on the other hand, definitely are not in favor of Bitcoin, not in favor of open source, definitely not in favor of cryptocurrency and blockchain protocol. And they often put out fake news that cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin or privacy coins is used for illicit purposes. And look, as I've said this thing so many times, left-leaning politicians and left-leaning ideologies are definitely not in favor of freedom of speech as well. They are definitely focused on being woke, and they are definitely focused on central bank digital currencies. Now look, as at a macro level in the United States of America, right-wing ideologies and right-wing politicians definitely do not like central bank digital currencies. Left-leaning politicians and the Biden regime are definitely in favor of central bank digital currencies. And if you look at it in UK, guys, conservative politicians are definitely in favor of Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, open source, freedom of speech. The Labour Party, on the other hand, definitely resembles the political ideologies of the Democrats. And if you look at it in India, guys, BJP and the Supreme Court, they are definitely in favor of Bitcoin, definitely in favor of adoption of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. Unfortunately, guys, they have a very high tax rate of 30% and an added 1% TDS. But if you look at Congress, the opposing party, they're definitely not a fan of Bitcoin. They've often called Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as outright scam. So it's so critical to truly understand the political implications of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and vice versa. And just yesterday, guys, I was speaking to a good friend of mine called Jamie, and we were having an in-depth discussion so far as political factors in the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now what I'm going to be doing, guys, is on the 15th of March, I do have a session called a special hour analysis that is political, economical, social, technological, environmental, legal and religious analysis on Bitcoin and vice versa. So please feel free to go and check it out, and we'll look at Bitcoin from different aspects, and I'll definitely go and share my thoughts and opinions so far as political spectrum is concerned. And look, guys, when you talk about Dubai and UAE, they're definitely very proactive in the world of Bitcoin and blockchain adoption, isn't it? And Sheikh Hamdan, he definitely wants Dubai to be the #1 city in the world so far as Web3 is concerned. So look, as politics and politicians, they definitely have a very strong say in the trajectory and direction of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. But this goes back to the very roots of why Bitcoin was created. Bitcoin was created as a separation between money and the state. Now, when will this thing happen? Most likely, guys, it might take a couple of decades when we have full separation of money and the state. So let's wait and see what the future of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is. So those were some macro level news, guys. Now let's look at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And the first news, guys, seems like a positive news, and that is DKK Partners. They have gotten a green light for crypto in Dubai. So let me go ahead and share some bits and pieces of information regarding this news. Now, guys, DKK Partners has obtained initial approval from Dubai's VARA, that is Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority, to offer virtual asset services in the Middle East, and the approval, guys, signifies a significant milestone for DKKFZE, its Middle East subsidiary. And DKEFZE, guys, aims to acquire a fully virtual asset service provider license from VARA, thereby allowing it to offer stablecoin solutions to corporate clients in Dubai and the UAE. And the company sees this approval as a key step in solidifying its presence in the region. And Khalid Talukdair, the CEO of DKK Partners, has expressed his excitement about the approval, highlighting the opportunities it presents. And Victoria Albergini, the head of partnership for DKK Free Zone establishment, has developed a pivotal role in expanding the company's operations in Dubai. So look guys, definitely positive news I guess. And DKK's digital asset strategy involves leveraging blockchain technology to serve the need of corporate and institutional customers, and the approval guys aligns with DKK's broader goals of establishing Dubai as a central hub in the Middle East for digital assets. And DKK Partners guys is specializing in foreign exchange risk management, liquidity solutions and streamlined collections, and the company's focus guys is on high growth emerging market, and it is positioning itself well to capitalize on the opportunities presented by virtual assets. And so far as VARA is concerned guys, Dubai's Virtual Assets Regulatory Authority's initial approval enhances DKK's ability to cater to unique requirements of its corporate and institutional clients, and DKK Free Zone establishment has experienced rapid expansion since its establishment in Dubai last year, so definitely positive news. And to be honest guys, the company's leadership is definitely confident in its ability to navigate the decentralized world of cryptocurrencies. And so far stablecoin is concerned, stablecoin solutions based on blockchain technology offers a promising avenue for DKK to serve its clientele more effectively, and DKK's presence in Middle East underscores the region's growing significance in global digital asset landscape, and the regulatory approval from VARA definitely signals DKK's commitment to compliance and adherence to regulatory standards, isn't it? And DKK's success in obtaining initial approval guys reflects its dedication to innovation and market leadership, and the company's digital asset strategy underscores its forward-thinking approach to financial services and emerging market, so definitely positive news. Now guys, let's discuss second news, and this is more to do with an event taking place between the 27th and the 28th of February at Dubai World Trade Center. So essentially the news guys is that at the 4th Dubai Association Center Conference, Dubai is planning to tackle artificial intelligence and legacy issues. So let me go ahead and share more information regarding this news, because the 4th Dubai Association Center Conference is scheduled to take place on the 27th and 28th of February at the iconic Dubai World Trade Center, and it will focus on artificial intelligence, disruptions and legacies within the association sector. And the event guys aims to bring together association executives, stakeholders, government officials and strategic partners, and this event is organized by Dubai Association Center, also called as DAC, and it seeks to lead the association towards creating value, and participants will gain insights into member engagement strategies and sustainable practices, and guys, networking opportunities and fireside chats will be an integral part of the conference. And Ahmad Al Khaja, the CEO of Dubai Festivals and Retail Establishment, has emphasized the importance of association in driving positive change, and themes like technology-driven tools and ethical governance will be addressed, and the conference guys aims to strengthen the impact of the association sector. And Mike Van Darwinger from Mind Meeting will facilitate the conference, and there will also be the co-founder of Meet for Impact, and also Martin Cirque, the CEO of Cirque Serendipity. They will also be sharing some insights, so it's going to be a really action-packed event to be honest. And Hamy Hisrich, the Vice President of International Affairs of ASAE, is another notable speaker, and the event guys will offer strategies for association to enhance their roles as agents of positive change. And to be honest guys, I'm really curious to check where does blockchain technology fit into it, and how much of discussion will be revolved around blockchain technology. Now, so far as this news is concerned, the Dubai Association Center Conference serves as a platform for learning and collaboration, and it definitely underscores the importance of adapting to technological disruptions and fostering sustainable practices. And to be honest guys, the conference does actually align with Dubai's effort to promote innovation and excellence in various sectors, and participants can expect dynamic discussions and valuable takeaways to apply in the organizations. So definitely a must event to attend to be honest. So those were the news guys on the cryptocurrency, blockchain and artificial intelligence world from Crypto and Coffee Rate from Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and metaverse. So let's kickstart with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB listening to the Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. I have a question about Tabby who asks, where can we get information on people using decentralized apps or dApps? Now that is a brilliant question, Tabby, and the answer is pretty simple. You can go to stateofthedap.com. Now this website was initially called as dapradar.com, but you can go to stateofthedap.com, and that gives you a detailed breakdown of decentralized apps that are used across different blockchain protocols. Now you can also segregate it. Let's say if you want to look at dApps working only on Ethereum, you can do that. You can look at dApps working only, let's say, on Solana or Avalanche. You can definitely do that. Now I very specifically remember they did actually mention, I believe it was in Q2 of 2023, that Bitcoin ordinal trading volume did actually shoot up to well around 3,000% from Q1, and if I'm not mistaken, the value amount back then was roughly around the $210 billion mark, and I'm pretty much sure later on the numbers definitely went down. So state of the dApp is something that I tend to look at. But look, what I really recommend you to do is, Tabby, just because you see information over there does not mean it is a fact. What I tend to do is, if I do see a lot of anomaly, to be honest, I do see that in most of the blockchain protocol. What I then tend to do is, I tend to look at each and every protocol or decentralized app and then actually look at the blockchain explorer. And to be honest, the numbers were not surprising, and the numbers were actually replicating what is actually shown in state of the dApp. But nonetheless, if you do have any second doubts, go to the blockchain explorer of the relevant decentralized app and then compare it with the blockchain explorer and then make up your own decision. Because look, there is a very high possibility that state of the dApp could be tampering the information, because at the end of the day, it is a centralized website, isn't it? And also don't take into information that any blockchain protocol actually goes and in tweets, because there is a very high possibility that they might be replicating the numbers, most often in certain cases showing the number twice or thrice. So the best way actually to look at it is actually looking at it from the first source. In this case, that is the blockchain explorer. But what I also recommend you to do is, Tabby, also make sure that we compare these numbers with centralized apps, because if you look at some of the numbers or some of the dApps, the numbers are ridiculously scary. In certain cases, the top 5 dApps for some blockchain protocol, in terms of dollar amount, it is less than $30 as well. And if you were to compare it with centralized apps, I think it is an absolute shame that the numbers are ridiculously low. And unfortunately, look, this is one of the drawbacks of so-called Web 3.0, because it's the community who gets to decide the marketing, and it is the community who decides the future of the project, isn't it? But if you look at it in centralized platforms like Facebook or Instagram, the numbers can definitely pick up pace. A classic example I always think of is Threads. Threads did actually have over 100 million users in just a matter of few days. Unfortunately, the usage is not there because look, Threads is just replicating what Twitter is doing, and whenever we talk about new technology, the new user experience has to be 10 times better than what we are currently experiencing. And if you take the same point regarding decentralized apps, the user experience is definitely not 10x better. I would actually argue that it is actually minus 5x than what centralized apps are offering. But state of the dApp is definitely a website that I tend to look at, and I'm pretty much sure there might be other websites, but the key thing is, don't take the information that they provide at face value, rather look at information from first source. And the first source to look at information is the blockchain explorer, and that would give you first-hand information about details of any decentralized apps. Those are my honest thoughts. And that's about all, guys. I'm the Ask Me Anything season blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. And remember, guys, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m., we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse, and how the series of episodes under Crypto and Coffee at 8 works is, we usually cover some top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other 2 news and information is related to Dubai, UAE and Middle East, and the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.